guys, and welcome to the Watchtower Watch Reviews with your host DK. And you may have seen me in the last month or two unbox two Christopher Wards. Now, I'm reviewing one today, and this is the first one that I actually got, and I did not buy it myself, so you will see a paid promotion logo around the place. Now, the full story to that is I actually entered a competition on the Christopher Ward Enthusiasts Facebook site. I'll leave a link down below. And I was lucky enough to win, and Dave, one of the admins, put up one of his watches as a prize, which I was then sent. So technically not a promotional thing, but I decided to say I didn't actually buy this watch myself. That doesn't stop me of doing a completely impartial and fair review though of the good points and any potential bad points. So let's take a look at the Christopher Ward C65 AM1VEV Special Edition chronograph, my very first Swiss made watch. Let's get to it. So a big shout out to the Christopher Ward Enthusiasts Facebook group who ran the competition, and an even bigger shout out to Dave Shores, who is the guy who actually put this watch up for the competition prize from his own collection. He was also kind enough to include a black leather quick release Christopher Ward strap that he had bought himself but hadn't used on anything that he actually had in his own collection. So huge thanks, Dave, much appreciated. As you can see there from the Christopher Ward packaging, there is quite a lot of it. You get the really nice box, which I always think looks a bit like a whiskey box or a wine box. It doesn't really look like a watch box. It looks a bit nicer than the usual stuff you'd get made of cardboard. It's kind of a wooden leather effect. And you have this 60/60 guarantee. Now, I don't think any microbrand anywhere is giving you a guarantee like that. 60 days or your money back if you're not happy with the watch, or 60 whole months or 5 years of warranty on this thing. And not only that, that warranty is actually transferable if you decide to sell the watch on yourself to a second party. Inside in the box, you do actually get a little cleaning cloth, which I'll just show you here. It's logoed down in the bottom right hand corner, but we don't really care about the cleaning cloth. It's a cleaning cloth, it's a nice to have, it's not a need to have. And inside in this lovely box is the watch. Of course, this watch is the C65 AM1VEV Special Edition Swiss made chronograph, and it is an absolute beaut. So dimensions on this one, dimensions are 40.7 millimeters, 44 if you include that pusher at the 2 o'clock, 44.4 at the crown. It is 46.9 millimeters lug tip to lug tip. However, if you include those male end links, you're getting 51.2 millimeter at the end links. Lug width on this one, 22 millimeters, and it is tapering down on that very nice bracelet to 17.8 millimeters, back up to 19.5 millimeters at that clasp. Thickness on this one, 12.4 millimeters, bit thick for a quartz chronograph if we're being honest, but still pretty wearable. And the weight with all links is 167 grams, 3 links removed from my 7-inch wrist is 155 grams. So specs on this one, it is all 316L stainless steel as you'd expect on the case, the crown, the bezel, the pushers, and of course that very, very nice bracelet. It is all brush finishing except for some very nice high polished chamfered edges there on the sides of the case. There's actually 2 chamfered edges on this case, 2 for 1 there. Really nice touch on the design. The bracelet has solid links and solid end links. Not only does it have solid end links, but they are quick release, which is incredible. It does as well, you can see there the quick release, as I say. Very, very handy if you want to switch this one out, although to be honest the bracelet is so nice I'm not entirely sure you'd need to. You can see there brushed on the side with a pin and collar system push pins. Christopher Ward signed on that milled clasp, and not only is it milled, you even get an on the fly adjustment system just like you would a watch costing, oh I don't know, let's say 10 times that. An absolute lifesaver on a hot and sweaty day like it is in Ireland at the moment. Flat sapphire crystal with clear AR coating means that this one is visible no matter which way you look at it. Very, very handy as well, especially in the sunshine we seem to be having in Ireland these days. Signed screw down crown with the twin flags logo. You don't get screw down pushers, and it is a screw down case back, giving this one 150 meters or 15 atmospheres of water resistance. It is also a limited edition, so along with that case back there, you can see it has printed on Swiss made sapphire stainless steel, all the usual, and also the number in the line of production this one is. The movement inside is an ETA 251 spot 272, accurate to +15 to -9 seconds a month. Push the top pusher to start the chronograph. You can see there it is a 1 tick per second chronograph. Push the top pusher again to stop it, and it stops away there. Push it again to restart, and then if you want to reset it, push the bottom pusher. It also has a date function down there at the 6 o'clock position, so unwind it to the first position, nothing happens. Pull it out to the second position and it allows you to actually quick set the hour hand. So this one doesn't technically have a quick set date. What you do is you actually quick set the hour hand all the way around, and of course the date changes. Now some would say that's a disadvantage. However, by rotating it back around, you can actually unset the date or draw it down by 1. And then of course, pull it out once more, stops the second hand, and it allows you to set the time. And now it's time for a macro shot. So you can see it is a lot of printed information, printed logo Christopher Ward there, and printed on in the Arabics. But also you can see there applied a bit on the actual subdials, and the printing is very nice and clear on this one, gives it great legibility. There is also that design element around the outside, which looks like a tire wall almost, and of course that's Swiss made down there at 6 o'clock. You have your date cut out of the running seconds tracker, and you also have a 30-minute tracker for the 30-minute chronograph, and a 1/10 of a second tracker as well to allow you to time to 1/10 of a second along with the seconds. And here it is out on my 7-inch wrist. So you can see there it really is a classy piece on wrist. That clasp is actually one of the best clasps I've had on. To be fair, it would want to be. It's one of the more expensive watches I've featured, but I think it beats the Yema I had on loan from Paul, which is about £1,000's worth of watch. This is a fantastic piece. It flows down fairly well into the wrist considering the size, and the fit is fantastic with the micro adjust. However, if you don't want to wear it on that bracelet, and that's understandable, you can try something like this. This is an AliExpress silicone strap with quick release. Now you do have to buy your own spring bars, but you could always try and pilfer one from a Christopher Ward if you already have a strap with quick release spring bars. And I think the black and red really complement the dial on this one quite a lot. I actually wore it a lot on this strap, which is ironic considering how cheap it was. If you don't fancy black and red, maybe some black and white. This is an AliExpress Marine National. I've become a bit obsessed with Marine Nationals over the last week or two. They're just so damn comfy. They beat the actual NATOs that I used favour a lot, and I just love the fit of these. You really do get to adjust them a lot more than NATOs. However, I wouldn't be fair if I didn't throw it onto a Christopher Ward leather, and I have to say it's pretty damn comfy. Now I did have to punch an extra hole into this one to actually get it to fit my 7-inch wrist, or just under 7-inch wrist as we all know by now, but it is still very nice, and a quick release strap is always very welcome. Good quality leather as well. Now, on the other end of the leather spectrum, this is an AliExpress leather strap. I just threw it on so you'd have something to see it on brown. I don't have a huge amount of 22mm straps, but I think this one's not bad. The strap on this one is okay. The quality is decent enough. If you have a lot of straps, maybe buy a couple of these just to have a couple of different color options. And again, another AliExpress leather, this one in red. This one is a bit tartier, a little bit showier, but you know what? I think it goes with the red accents. Not bad at all if I do say so myself, but then again, I think you'd find it hard pressed to make this watch look ugly. It really is a good looking piece to me. So let's talk about the things I think they could have done better, and one of them is the Lume. Now I do give chronographs a bit of a pass, but this is supposedly X1 grade Swiss C3 Super Luminova. They just needed more of it if that's the case. It's a real shame because at 150 meters of water resistance I would have expected the Lume to be a bit better, even if this is not a dive watch, but it's just a little bit lackluster. 15 minutes of test footage, and to be honest, after the 15 minutes you don't even need those 15 minutes. It's gone in about 10. My other complaint is more of a personal complaint. I wish they'd used those twin flag logos on the dial instead of the words Christopher Ward. I just think it's a really nice logo. There's not too many watches out there with nice logos. Why not use it on the dial? If those are the only two dislikes though, I think we're doing pretty well for a watch at this price point. First like I have with this one is the legibility and the design of this one. You get your colour as well off the pop of the red from the chronograph and the second hands. You've also got your cutout red there and the date down at 6 o'clock. Something I always think is ideal to have if you're going to wear this as a daily. And with 150 meters of water resistance, you could actually daily this chronograph and take it with you everywhere. Also, I will say you do get very good value for money on this one. The finishing and the bracelet on this one are fantastic. I've not come across anything better. As I said before, even with the likes of Yema, which was €1,000 give or take, this one's significantly less, and it is just beautifully finished. Those nice beveled edges on the edges there on the side of the case. You've got your quick release bracelet, you've got your micro adjusts. It's all brushed finishing, and the brushing is really nice on it as well. You've got your screw down crown, of course, you'd expect that at this price point, and a really nice logo on it as well. I think it's fantastic, I have to say. I really did like this watch. Also, you're getting those two very famous words down there, Swiss made. So you've got your Swiss movement, that ETA chronograph movement. Again, still a bragging point for a lot of people is that this is a Swiss made watch. and it is a bragging point for a lot of people if you compare to, say, the likes of a Japanese watch. The Japanese watch is maybe just as good, but Swiss made just gives you that little bit of bragging power they have over your friends. I know I said it before, but the bracelet on this one is my favourite thing about this watch. The watch itself is great. The bracelet is out of this world. The brushing is excellent. The fact that it's a quick release, you've got your nice logo there on the clasp, signed inside with the name of the brand as well, and you've got micro adjust on this one. Honestly, I've not seen anything go close to being this nice, and it is absolutely fantastic. Also, as well as that, it's really easy to change out with the quick release system. Now, it is a bit harder if you're wearing magician's gloves like I am, but most people aren't wearing those in their day to day. At least I hope you're not, because people will giving you weird looks. The quick release makes it nice and easy to take it off, and you also get to see that cool case back. I'm so glad it's not an exhibition case back. This one, paying homage to the wheel of the Aston Martin that this is based around. It's really, really cool, and it's just another design choice I think they got right. So guys, there you have it, my review of the Christopher Ward AM1VEV Special Edition chronograph. An absolutely amazing watch. I cannot say enough about how good this thing feels on wrist. The fit of the case to the bracelet, the fact that it's quick release, the fact that you've got on the fly adjustments in a watch that is almost unbeatable at this price point. I haven't seen anything else that's come close to it, and I did do a bit of research trying to find something that would, come across at the same level. I honestly couldn't. Now, that doesn't mean it's perfect. As I said, the Lume, it might be X1 grade Swiss Super Luminova, but you could do with a few more coats of it. That's almost always my complaint with chronographs. And of course, I would prefer if they put the two flags logo on rather than the Christopher Ward on the actual dial, but that's a very small thing. And honestly, if that's the only two things that I had a problem with that you agree with, really have no reason not to buy this. It is a fantastic piece. If you can get one, they're amazing. Guys, I have been your host, DK. This has been the Watchtower Watch Views. If you did like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And I will see you guys next time.